One interesting aspect about Star Wars Episode 9, in my opinion, that really keeps me curious is, of course, the path of both Rey, Kylo Ren, and Luke Skywalker in this film. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, looking at Episode 9 specifically, we do know that both JJ and Chris Terrio are putting something together that will tie in to not only the prequels, but also to the original trilogy, that will really combine all 9 films into one big movie for, of course, being Episode 9. Now, looking at everything here these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film when it comes to some of the set leaks, the set designs, the concept art, and storyboard descriptions, etc. Now, one of the set designs has all to do with Mark Hamill, Daisy Ridley, and Adam Driver. Now, one interesting piece for sure is that both Mark Hamill, Daisy Ridley, and Adam Driver are set to film a sequence during the beginning of December. Now, one sequence is said to involve all the actors on the same set. The set designs are described as an ancient ruins that Adam, Daisy, and Mark Hamill will film on, with all green screens around them to extend the background and add in visual effects. This may be a new Jedi temple that could benefit Rey as the hero in the film. The sequence is said to start off with Adam and Daisy in a confrontational scene that required rehearsals before Mark would step in to act with the two actors. Hamill is said to be an actor where some revolutionary technology will be applied to him that may be de-aging technology. That's said to be a part of the actual film, of course. Now, it's implied that Mark Hamill will act as the middleman between both Kylo Ren and Rey during this confrontational scene, and will be one of the more unique Force Ghost scenes in the Star Wars films. So I wanted to go over a couple of pointers here. Now, the set design, mimicking ancient ruins. Now, this to me definitely sounds like it's going to be yet another Jedi temple coming into play here for Episode 9. Now, that's just an assumption. You know, we do know that ancient ruins in the Star Wars universe is nothing new. We saw this with the first Jedi temple. We saw this with other planets before in the past. And the fact that it's going to get explored like that again in Star Wars Episode 9 in a unique way is a very interesting route for sure. But the thing that really does actually catch my interest here is, of course, the sequence between both Mark, Daisy, and Adam all together on set. Now, this implies that this is going to be yet again, alright, a very unique Force Ghost sequence between Luke, Rey, and Kylo Ren. Now, it's actually detailed that Luke Skywalker will be the middleman of sorts between these two characters during the confrontational scene. Now, this does raise a couple of questions for sure. We've been going over all the different concept art and storyboard descriptions involving Kylo Ren as a character, Luke as a character, and I think that the biggest question of all people out there is that exactly how can dark side users see Force Ghosts in the Star Wars universe? Is that something that J.J. Abrams is going to actually make canon? I'm not quite sure. I think that was actually a thing in the EU/Legends material, if I'm not mistaken, so they could be cherry picking from that, to where dark side users are able to see Force Ghosts that were associated with the light side, the good side, if you will, right? Now, the ancient ruins, could this be the return of Ahch-To, or is this a brand new planet and or Jedi temple where Rey is actually seeking out new knowledge and Kylo Ren catches up with her, and that's where the confrontational scene actually begins? And the fact that Mark Hamill as a Force Ghost will be interacting with both Daisy and Adam as Kylo and Rey, to me, it sounds pretty interesting. I don't think we've ever seen something like this in Star Wars history. Of course, when it comes to the films, we haven't seen something like this where a Force Ghost appears in front of two individuals actually talking to each other in a very negative way, like as if they are about to fight each other. Now, that to me sounds pretty cool and interesting. You know, we haven't seen that per se in a Star Wars movie where the Force Ghost is interacting with two characters, like talking to them. You know, at the very end of Return of the Jedi, sure, we saw multiple Force Ghosts looking at Leia, Han, and crew with Luke Skywalker, everybody, right? But they're not interacting with the ghosts. So in this scenario, it's going to be Kylo Ren and Rey talking to Luke as a Force Ghost, it seems. And that to me sounds pretty damn exciting. I don't know, it sounds pretty amazing to me. Now, I know that some of you guys out there may not agree with that, and that's perfectly fine and okay and all. I know that people are going to disagree with that, may not be up for that, so I can totally see everyone's points of view on this. But when it comes to episode 9, it seems like JJ and Chris, they're really trying to do something that we wouldn't expect to see in a Star Wars film, and kind of mixing old concepts with new concepts. In this scenario, it's taking the concept of a Force ghost talking to one of the main characters, except doing something differently would mean having a Force ghost speak to both the hero and the villain in the actual movie itself. And that to me kind of does, you know, mix things up a bit and kind of makes it feel unique and original. I can totally get that. It's all about how it's going to be on, you know, be done on screen, how it's going to be executed, how it's going to be shot, the acting. You know, don't put any jokes in a scene like that. Don't make it funny, don't add in comedy. You gotta make it very serious, and you have to really just nail it. And I think that it's gonna take a lot of effort in order to do it like that. It's gonna really take a lot of rehearsals, and we have heard that, you know, Daisy and Adam did do rehearsals for this scene, and hopefully we actually do get to see this in the finalized version of the movie, because to me, I think that this would be amazing to actually have Luke as a Force ghost talking to Rey and Kylo Ren. But anyways, guys, that's just my 2 cents on the whole entire thing. I would love to hear what you guys have to say about it all, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.